Hello all, and welcome to Great War Spearhead tutorial number 4. This one is going to cover off orders. Orders are one of the key concepts to understand when we are playing a game of Great War Spearhead 2. They set up really the entire game for each side, and that your orders really mean prove out whether you're going to be successful or not. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking when you're writing orders because you want to make sure you got it right. And in the demonstration that I'm going to show here, I tried to use a couple different orders. I used timed orders and I used attack orders, which I'll show you in a moment. But let me just explain really quickly. Each division and regiment, and if you have multiple corps, have to receive an order. If you have an attack order, it means more than half of your integral units of that superior unit, like a division or a corps, have to move at least half or more towards the enemy. So you do have some leeway to drop off a regiment here and there to hold a position or to stay in reserve, but basically if you're on attack orders, you're moving forward. So you have to be careful about how you write your orders. You can overextend really simply, or you can undercut yourself, because if you stop short of where your order is supposed to take you, you have to write a new order. And that's not always easy to change when you're playing the game. So, you will do out an initial order which will demonstrate what you want your units to do. So, this is going to be really confusing when I first show you, so I'm going to walk through it. What I have is both Austrian corps, so both Austrian divisions. First division here, second division over here. So this first division, I've given timed orders. You see a T4, it means timed order, turn 4. They are going to start to move, and I want them to move after Division 2 because I want Division 2 to take what amounts to high ground in front of them. So your regiment or division commander, and I forgot to write a division order for this commander. The division commander should come up about there. Your division or regimental or corps commander has to follow the line that is drawn for each one. They have to follow that imaginary line as accurately as possible. Your units in that regiment or that brigade or that, and division then have to stay within command zone of the superior headquarters as they move along that line. Once you get to the top of the arrow, which is where your division or regimental commander should stop, your units will stop around them once they get to that point. Now obviously you don't want to move your division commander ahead of everybody, so your troops should be in advance of the division, regiment, or corps headquarters, which should keep them safe. I've also written an order. I haven't written an order for this howitzer either, so they should be, I would move them up with the division, so they would come up to about this spot here, so I forgot to write those on, and those are timed orders as well. Now if we look at the corps headquarters and the corps artillery, I did write orders for them, and they're going to come into here and stop. Second division, you can see the arrows taking them to along the line of the road in front of them, and they have attack orders. Once they get to those positions, they then, everybody that, any unit that achieves the point of their command arrow assumes a defensive posture at that point. Once they assume a defensive posture, you can then rewrite the orders. The other way you can rewrite orders is if you come in contact with the enemy and you need to break off, or you need to change something because an enemy flank unit has come on, or something to that effect. So that's the orders. Attack, timed. If they were defend orders, you would just use a D, and you would place your command headquarters, whether it's a regiment, brigade, division, or corps, in the location you want. I place them on the D when I write a D for defend orders. I place the corps headquarters, or the headquarters, the appropriate headquarters, right on the D letter on the map, and then I displace my integral units, fighting stands, around that headquarters as I see fit. Timed orders Read through the instructions carefully on timed orders. Reserves can also be used. I could have left 2 regiments from each division off table if I wished and bring them on when I think it's appropriate. In this case I didn't, but read through the reserve orders. Any army can have from 1/3 to half their integral regiments, brigades off table if that's the desire of the commanding general. So there you go. Initial orders.